Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Naja and I make college or lifestyle related content. Welcome to today's video. So today I'll be talking about how I managed to balance everything that goes on in my life, from college to work to YouTube. So as you guys probably already know, I am a full-time student at Stanford University who also does YouTube part-time and has an internship slash job part-time, and it's just honestly sometimes it's a lot to balance. And I know you guys probably have that same issue, like you don't know what to work on, when to work on it, everything is just building up and you're kind of getting stressed out. So today I just wanted to tell you guys and share with you guys how I actually balance everything in my life so that I'm not completely stressed out all the time and I can just make my life a little bit easier by scheduling, organizing, prioritizing. So that's what today's video is going to be about. Before we get into the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram if you have any questions. But let's just get right into it. The first thing that I really want to talk about and emphasize the importance of is time management. So I have a video on a bunch of time management tips that I use to be successful on my channel. I will link that up here somewhere. Make sure to go check that out because it really does help if you follow those tips, and it might just make your life a little bit easier in terms of schoolwork, work, anything you have to organize. It might just help a little bit. But I just want to make sure that you guys know that time management is honestly the key to being less stressed, more organized, and just getting everything done that you actually want to get done, and just being an overall like successful and productive person. Or at least in my opinion, time management is the key. So this whole video is going to be talking about how I manage my time and how you guys might be able to manage your time better as well and get everything done that you need to get done. The first category that falls under my time management little plan is to prioritize. So if you guys know Erin on Demand, she has a channel for like content creators and entrepreneurs, and she's super amazing. And every day, like in her vlog, she shows that she does her top 3. So each day she would have her dry erase board and she would write the top 3 things that she needed to get done for that day. So that's one strategy that I've gotten from her, and I've started doing recently my top 3 of the day. So I would wake up, figure out what I need to get done today, and most of my top 3 is always like homework, going to class, and maybe something for YouTube for my internship. And those are the 3 things that I want to get done. And those are just like my overall, I do very generic and like broad things like go to class, do any like important homework, like if the deadline's coming up, make sure to do that homework, or just like get this done for YouTube, film a video, get this done for the internship by tonight. And that's just like how I do my top 3 per day. There are also other things that I do on a daily basis, such as making a schedule or a to-do list, and I've talked about this in my how to be successful in online school video. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and click the link up here. I will link it so you guys can go check that out, and I give a bunch of tips on how to be successful in online school. And one of the things that I said was to make a schedule or a to-do list. So when my days are really busy, I like to make a schedule and plan out hour by hour what I want to get done, what time I want to do my homework, what time I want to do filming, what time I want to go to class, and I just like schedule it out hour by hour. So let me show you guys an example of my schedule. So a lot of people use a planner, and I did have a planner, but I unfortunately left it at Stanford and I cannot go back and get that, obviously, because of our current situation. On my iPad, I've been making little daily schedules, daily to-do lists, and this is just an example of one. I'll put the picture like right here. This is just an example of one that I made. This is not actually a to-do list that I followed, but this was basically my day today. So this is just an example of a schedule. But first I would wake up, brunch, get ready, and I give myself a lot of time in the morning because I know I'm kind of sluggish. I like to be on my phone. I like to just chill to get my day started. I don't want to like jump right into things. So usually that's what I'll do. And then I'll have like homework to do, and then I'll have class, and then I plan out my videos, I film, do more homework, do more internship work, chill, and then go to sleep. So this is just an example of one of the schedules that I might have for the day. If my day is not hectic, or if I don't feel like I have a lot to do, if I don't feel stressed, then I will not make a schedule hour by hour for that day. If I do feel like I have a lot to do and I might like forget something, or I might spend too much time on one thing and not enough time on the next thing, I will make sure to make a schedule and follow that schedule as best as possible so that I can get everything done. If I don't feel stressed or I don't have that much to do, I will not make a schedule, but I might make a to-do list for things that I want to get done aside from my top 3. Of course, I'm gonna have my top 3 for the day, which I know I need to get done, but my to-do list will be like things I could also do if I like have extra time, if I just want to do some other work, or if I just like want to do it for fun. I'll have my to-do list. So let me show you an example of a to-do list. So this is an example of my to-do list from March 13th, and this was like one of the last weeks of school, and I just wanted to get a lot of stuff done. So I made sure to write everything down, and of course I wasn't gonna do all of this stuff in one day. That would have been crazy, but this is like a week's worth of tasks that I wanted to to get done, so I just wrote them down in a to-do list and I just marked it off as I got done. So to-do lists and schedules are really helpful in helping you stay on track and on top of what needs to get done. And I usually organize all of my like to-do lists by deadline, so that way I'll know what needs to get done first, what's a priority, what's not a priority, or like some stuff might be optional, like I don't have to do that today. Some stuff is definitely I need to get that done today, so I just organize it in that type of way. And then aside from a weekly or daily to-do list, I have a quarterly to-do list. So as I like begin a new quarter of school, or like a new semester, if you guys don't know, Stanford's on the quarter system, so we use quarters, but it's basically 10 weeks of new classes and stuff. It's basically a semester. I make sure to go through all of the syllabi and write down all of the assignments that I need to do. Let me show you guys my spring 2020 assignment list. So here is my assignment list, just an example of like stuff that I have to get done on a weekly basis for each of my classes. So I do this every quarter. I had a fall 2020, winter 2020, spring 2020, and I just do this in my notes app because you can easily like put little to-do list, little check things where you can just check it on, check it off, and that's just really helpful. I've tried to use some like other external apps, but this one is just really simple and easy for me to use, so I use my notes app in order to keep track of all of my assignments. Sum all of that up. I kind of talked really fast through that, but basically I make a schedule or to-do list and I just make sure to do that daily, weekly, or quarterly, just to make sure I'm keeping up with all deadlines. So those are for like some very specific assignments or tasks that I need to get done. But in order for me to organize my bigger events or like my classes, my recurring events that go on during the week, I use Google Calendar. So if you've watched a college student talking about how they organize anything, or like a entrepreneur asking them how they organize anything, you've probably heard of Google Calendar. And Google Calendar is honestly my best friend. I love all the Google apps, Google Drive, Google Calendar, literally anything dealing with Google. I just really love it because it helps you stay so organized. So let me show you guys my Google Calendar next. So I'm gonna put a screenshot right here of my Google Calendar, but as you can see, I have all of my classes on a recurring basis. You can go to one day, say, okay, I'm going to statistics this day, and then in the settings say this happens every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and it'll show up for the rest of that, like however long you say, until June 10th. So it'll show up Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday until June 10th, and that way you'll just know that you have class, and it'll send you a little reminder to make sure that you know you have that event coming up. So I really love Google Calendar, especially because it sends those reminders and it just helps me stay organized with all my classes, and also have like some tutoring sessions and stuff on here. But in case you notice, I do not put very specific things on my Google Calendar, just because I have other platforms where I use such as my to-do list, my scheduling, to do more specific things. So Google Calendar is kind of just a big picture item, but I know a lot of people sometimes plan out their whole day in Google Calendar, plan out all of their weeks in Google Calendar, but I just don't do that personally. And when I was on campus, it was honestly like busier than this. Let me show y'all. Like, this is what my on-campus one looks like, but yeah, these are my on-campus ones. So it was way busier because I had a lot more to do, but of course, due to the current situation, we're in quarantine. I can't really like do anything. We just have online everything, so go to class, go to tutoring. So like I said, Google Calendar is more for macro level events, like recurring events or meetings, or just things that I need to look out for in the future, and it also sends you reminders, so that's a good thing about Google Calendar. So to recap so far, make sure to use scheduling, to-do lists, and Google Calendar. And then one of the last things that I use is a actual physical dry erase board to plan out like my month and just get an overview of what's going to be coming up this month. So let me show you guys my April calendar. So if you watched my productive vlog, I think you probably saw me making this calendar, but basically I just plan out my whole month, and it is sadly very, very empty, but this is usually like my favorite thing to look at and put events on. It's just so fun. I like do different colors and stuff. But basically all I have on here is the first day of spring quarter and Instagram takeover, and that's literally it. Sometimes I'll go in and put like big essay deadlines or like exam dates or just big events like career fairs or something. But unfortunately we don't have any of that this quarter, so it's pretty empty. I have week 1, week 2 here, and it's honestly just for fun now. Like, this doesn't really help, but in normal circumstances I would look at this, and I have one in my dorm room just like it. And I would look at it for help and like get an overview of my week and an overview of my month, and just know what events I have coming up. So now that I've gone through everything that I use to actually organize and like schedule and prioritize my events, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about like the mentality that I have going into like a busy week or a busy day, and just how I can really balance all of these things without getting super stressed out. So one, my biggest tip is to not say yes to everything. Like, somebody like your boss or a club leader or a professor, well, a professor you can't really say no to, but somebody might ask you to do something like in addition to your existing responsibilities, and if you just feel super stressed or you feel like you won't be able to get it done, make sure to say no. Like, it's okay to say no sometimes. You don't have to say yes to everything, and that's definitely something I've had to learn, but as I've learned it, it's gotten a lot better for me and a lot easier for me to just speak up about my feelings and make sure to not overwhelm myself, because I'll know how I'll feel very stressed. I feel like I won't want to do anything, and it'll just put a real hinder on like my productivity. So I make sure to know how to say no. I also try to wake up like excited to get my day started. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm gonna film. It's like doing stuff that I actually like to do gets me excited. Like, I like putting on makeup and getting cute to film a video, and I like getting my work done, especially if I'm filming a vlog. I like motivating you guys, and it's just like the consequences of all the things that I'm doing are like motivating me to actually do them, which helps me stay productive and stay balanced, aside from just organizing and scheduling out my day. In terms of overall like priorities and scheduling, school definitely comes first, and it's definitely like most of the things that I spend my time on is in class and on assignments and quizzes and essays. But I also spend a lot of time on YouTube. I upload 2 to 3 times a week, and if I'm not like filming or editing, I'm usually like planning, replying to sponsors, replying to emails, helping you guys with your like questions that you have, and I'm just keeping track of my YouTube. I do something for my YouTube every day. I do something for school every day, and for my internship I have about 3 to 4 hours per week, give or take, however much I want to do. So that's kind of flexible, but I really like having that part-time job to be able to like keep me busy, and it's just mostly about staying busy especially during a time like this. I don't want to like be down too much. I don't want to just be like idle. I don't want to just be letting like the quarantine get to me, kind of just not letting it hinder me in any way. I still want to like get things done and be productive and just try to be successful even during this crazy time. So that's just basically how I'm able to balance everything in my life. And of course, this would be a lot harder if I were actually on campus. I had to go to extracurriculars. If I wanted to socialize, if I wanted to hang out with friends, like, it would be a lot harder. But since we're at home now, I feel like it's a little bit easier to be able to stay focused. I'm not always on go. Like, I show y'all when I'm on go, but a lot of days I'm just chilling, or like in the morning I'm chilling, at night I'm chilling. Like, it's not always go, 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 go. I'm not always productive. I'm not always motivated. Like, even though it seems like that, because that's what I display on my channel, there's sometimes where I just don't feel like doing anything. Some days where I'm super lazy, I don't even change my clothes, I just stay in my bed, and that's just gonna happen. That's just part of life. It's okay to not be productive. It's okay to be unmotivated sometimes, but don't let that be like the norm. Don't let that be how you are all the time. That was just basically how I balance my life out and how I'm able to stay productive and motivated during this time. So I hope you guys are doing okay right now. Hang in there. Hopefully the situation will get better. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram if you have any questions. But I will see you guys on Monday.